Hello guys, my name is Liam. Today we're going to be looking at inflation and money supply growth. So what the relationship is. Put pretty simply right away, excessive money supply growth will lead to inflation occurring. So we're going to explore that a little more, starting with what inflation is. So inflation is a pretty general term that's used to describe the loss of purchasing power for goods and services over time. So high inflation means that prices are rising and each dollar that you have is quickly losing its purchasing power. It's effectively worth less. And then meanwhile, the quantity theory of money outlines the relationship between factors of money supply, money velocity, real GDP, and prices. It explains this relationship as the expression M times V equals P times Y. This is the theory that we're going to expand upon a little bit more in the next slide here, and we're going to use that to kind of establish that price rises when money supply increases. So let's look at that again. Money supply times velocity equals price times real GDP. So right away, we're going to look at the two factors, velocity and real GDP. And these two are kind of outsiders. They're both relatively stable, and they're both instead linked to slower moving outside factors. That lets us essentially exclude them from the equation, and we can narrow it down to M equals P. M and P can be isolated here. And when we conclude that money supply equals price, we can also infer that the growth rate of money will be roughly equal to the growth rate of price. And the growth rate of price is inflation. So as the money supply grows, price levels grow with it. Yugoslavia is the example I chose here. So money supply growth is often attributed to a government creating money to subsidize its spending, its deficits, which causes inflation. So in 1992, already turbulent government was faced with an international trade embargo, which decreased its output, which quickly grew the government deficit as they're getting less tax. And they were printing a lot of money in pretty much overtime at the mints to try and stay afloat. This eventually didn't work, and the currency's value dropped so fast that the currency was declared as collapsed officially by January 1994. So 1992 to 1994 was the period of hyperinflation. The daily inflation rate was 64.6% on the dinar, with the highest month of inflation being 313 million percent. So when this type of inflation occurs, economic costs can be found everywhere. These include decrease in savings, investments, industrial production, decline in GDP, a rise in unemployment, shoe leather costs are associated, of course, and then the devaluation of existing savings, especially in this case with the currency being destroyed. So savings aren't exactly helpful there. And then quick recap. So inflation is directly linked to excessive money supply growth, quantity theory of money, money supply grows, price levels grow with it. Inflation is a real-world issue that causes a wide array of economic costs. Here's my references. Thanks, guys.